Meantime, 3 months after the fatal shooting of Breonna Taylor, there are some answers to the calls for justice. The mayor of Louisville, Kentucky, has started the process of firing Officer Brett Hankinson. That's the officer who shot and killed Taylor inside of her own home. Taylor, who was an EMT, was shot 8 times as police officers executed that no-knock drug warrant searching for a totally different person. The family's attorney telling CNN that Taylor's family is encouraged by the news and believes it is a step in the right direction. CNN's Athena Jones is with me now. And again, just going back to the language from the Louisville mayor, has initiated termination proceedings. Flat out. Does that mean this officer is getting fired? And what about possible charges?
Hi, Brooke. Well, charges we're still not sure about, but this is what the family's calling a first step. This is something that they've wanted the mayor to do, arguing he had the power to do it. The mayor's saying we got to follow due process. And so what we have here is an announcement and a memo and letter from the chief of police to this officer in question, Detective Brett Hankinson, spelling out what the police chief calls extreme violations of the Louisville Police Department's policies. These are violations of standard operating procedures because, as you mentioned, it was Hankinson who fired 10 rounds into Breonna Taylor's home. 8 of them hit her. And so as the police chief spells out, these are violations of standard operating procedure, 4 counts of violating obedience to rules, saying that this officer displayed extreme indifference to the value of human life when he blindly fired those 10 shots into Breonna Taylor's home. And then 10 counts of use of deadly force, violating the policy when it comes to use of deadly force because he blindly and the chief says wantonly fired these 10 rounds into Breonna Taylor's home without verifying that there was anyone who was a threat, an immediate threat to the officer. So that is where we stand here. Now, Lanita Baker is an attorney for Breonna Taylor's family, and she shared the family's response to this news a little earlier. Listen to what she said.
She said this is the best news she's gotten today. So she is definitely pleased with that information, but in talking to her, we still got a ways to go, and there's still a lot to be done until we have justice for Breonna. We know that more than Brett Hankinson played a role in Breonna's death.
And so there you saw Lanita Baker sharing the response from Breonna Taylor's mother, but they want to see the other officers fired, the other 2 officers, and charges brought against all 3. Brooke?
Athena, thank you so much. The update there on Breonna Taylor.